So narcissists are not the only professional victims. So um you when you're on your healing journey, you know what I'm saying, you're going to come across a lot of people who are probably still connected to their family. They haven't went no contact, although they tell you that they want to go no contact, right? Um in reality, to do the work, in my opinion, you have to separate. I don't know if you're going to separate and go back, but you have to separate from the people who are causing you these problems, because you have to be able to see these problems without being in it. You feel what I'm saying? It's like laying in dirt. It's like laying in dirt and be like, oh no, I'm gonna clean myself. I'm gonna clean myself. And going to therapy consistently while being around the people who caused you harm, or I don't want to phrase it like that because it just that sounds like a victim thing. Going to therapy while being around people who still operate within those generational curses is not going to help your situation at all. You feel what I'm saying? So, like I said, the narcissists aren't the only ones who become professional victims. Those who enable them, or those who might just complain about it but still stay around these individuals, become professional victims as well. 9 times out of 10, if you don't go no contact, you'll still be exhibiting those same behaviors, such as everybody's is different, you know what I mean? Because everybody gets they deal with trauma on different levels and they have different roles in their families, but you're going to be dealing with manipulation, gaslighting, sense of entitlement, exploitation. It really depends on the type of person you are, but it's a lot of things that you have to tap into. A lot of things that you have to tap into in order for you to be more of a healthy person. And that professional victim syndrome still stay, you know what I mean? It still stays part of your personality, especially if you adopted that. And I feel like, and that's my point. I feel like even people who aren't narcissists, who aren't NPD, adopt this mentality because they see it from a young age. That's how I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to point fingers and not look at myself. You feel what I'm saying? I'm supposed to not take accountability and blame other people. You know what I mean? And a lot of times this happens when somebody is deeply um they kind of take on kind of the narcissist personality, but they're not always on that spectrum. You know what I mean? But then some people were very defiant. But the flip side of being I feel like I was one of the defiant kids as the scapegoat. I feel like the flip side of being defiant is you're going to get a lot of blaming and psychological damage, and a lot of those traits that I just mentioned, manipulation, exploitation, all of that is going to be, they're going to put it on you, like they're going to do it to you, you know what I'm saying? Versus you taking that on to feel like you need to fit in. Now, I'm not blaming the people who take that on because I know how it is to grow up in these type of situations. But I hate to say it, but if you take these things on and then you wonder why all your relationships are falling apart, you're no different than a narcissist, except for the fact that you don't have the full blown NPD. So I encourage people to work on themselves. And I always mention these things for the people who are actually doing the work, because I want them to not run into people and think that everybody who's been through a similar situation is going to be healthy for you, because you don't want to get re-triggered. You don't want to get re-triggered after you on your you're going to get triggered like in small spurts, like throughout your journey. You know what I mean? But you don't want that same spirit that's inside your family to like return back and then give you that same, because you know you had to pull yourself out of that. You had that clot right in the middle of your body. You had that, you know what I'm saying? Your health was going down. Everything was just like, you know what I'm saying? You know how it is to be re-triggered on that level, and you don't want that. That's why I speak on these specific things, you know what I mean? But yeah, so watch out for the professional victims. And if you truly feel like, okay, maybe I am doing that, maybe I got to take a step back, then do that and work on yourself. There's nothing wrong with it. Like growing up in these dynamics is hard, especially depending on the role you play within these families. It's definitely hard. So everybody that's going through this, continue to do you, continue to be you. It's your boy Josh Different. I'm different. You different. We different. I'm out.